Jamie, and I am here today to make some dill pickles. I've been doing some gardening, and this year I did good. I actually got some cucumbers. So I have a couple of cucumbers here. He got a couple of spots on them, but that's okay. I have a couple of cucumbers here. I still have plenty out in the garden, and I wanted to try to make some pickles. So some dill pickles, actually. So I love pickles. I love the vinegar and the salty and the tangy. So I saw some recipes, so I think I'm going to go ahead and try to make some pickles. I think I got 2 pint-sized jars here, so I think I'm going to do one kind of cut up into spears and maybe one in slices. Yeah, I'll make some slices. They'll be big slices, but they'll be slices. So we will go ahead and get started. So I have a little recipe here that I found that I'm going to try. I figure I'm going to try a couple recipes because, you know, some have garlic, some have onions, some are dill, some are sweet. So this one I'm going to do a dill recipe. So I already got my cucumbers all nice and clean and dry. So I need 3 cups of water, 3/4 cup of white vinegar. I'm going to use all white vinegar for this one because I want that tanginess. Some of them you can do like half white vinegar, half apple cider vinegar. But this time I'm going to do straight white vinegar. I got my garlic, some onions, some kosher salt, a little sugar. I got some pickling spice that I picked up at the store, and I got some fresh dill. So I think that's everything that I'm going to need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get is 3 cups of water, 3/4 cups of white vinegar, 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and 2 tablespoons of kosher, I can't talk, of kosher salt. So I got that in my pot, and I'm going to put this on and let it get started while we cut up the cucumbers. So while that's going, because I have pint-sized jars, this recipe just made 2 pint-sized jars. So since my cucumbers are kind of big, I'm going to just cut them down so I can do, maybe I'll cut this one in half and then cut them into spears. So you can use pickled cucumbers, which of course are a little shorter and smaller in size, but I have big old whole cucumbers in my garden, so that's what we're going to use this time around. So I'm just going to cut these into spears and get them into my jars. So these are just going to be refrigerator pickles, like overnight pickles. I'm just going to test out the recipe and see if I like it, and then I'll work on getting a good recipe to actually can and store. But before I did that, I wanted to make sure I liked the flavor and if I needed to tweak it or anything. So I'm going to cut some of these down. They seem kind of big. And this one I'll cut down. Okay. So let me get these washed out really quick. So just like with canning, I mean, you know, anything. Wash your jars really good in some warm soapy water and get them rinsed out. And dry it off. Alright. And while those are draining, I'm just going to stir this a little while it cooks. This heating process is supposed to break down the sugar and the salt to make sure everything dissolves and they're dry. And they said do it at medium-high heat. So let's let that hang out. And in the meantime, let's see. What else do we do? What do we do? Alright, so we got the cucumbers cut into spears. Alright, so we're going to get our jars. I lucked up because right now it's really hard to find canning jars with lids. And I think we bought these kind of before, I guess, before COVID got crazy bad and stuff was so hard to find. And we lucked up and found them. So I kind of stocked up. All right, so we're gonna just get these down in here. And they said they can be kind of tight because I guess the warm brine, let me cut this tip off of here. The warm brine kind of makes them shrink a little. So you don't want to stuff them overly tight, but they can be a little snug in there. So they're closed. Should I do the slices? Let's try some slices. I could break out my mandolin, but I won't right now. We'll just kind of chop them by hand. Roughly about an eighth of an inch, I would say. And let's get those in and get them layered. I'm really excited to see how these come out, because I do love pickles, so I really hope that they're good. And this is the quick pickle method, so. Alright. So let's get these down here. Now I think when I do the slices, because I'm going to put the dill and the garlic in, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to layer the okay, so I think I'm going to layer the dill and the garlic on the slices. That way, you know, if I do it after the fact, it'll all be on top. So I'll layer it in between so that flavor gets all the way in there. All right. Okay. There we go. We got our dill. I love fresh dill. So let's just get that off the stem and just get a couple pieces in there. And let's start getting this garlic chopped up. Now they said to slice the garlic, which I'm gonna go ahead and do, but I wonder if you could just like use a garlic press. If you know, the garlic would be in smaller pieces, but it'd still be in there, right? I don't know. I'll stick to the recipe for now. But if we like the flavor, maybe one of the times that we make it, I'm gonna try to use the garlic press. I would think it wouldn't really make that much of a difference, right? All right, let's get back here and stir this brine a little bit. Just to make sure everything is dissolving good. It does look like it's pretty dissolved. Okay. Okay. So we are going to get this garlic sliced up. And with our brine, once it's we're going to bring it up to a boil. And once it comes up to a boil, we're going to simmer it for 15 minutes. Just a nice little low simmer. And then after that, it'll be all ready to go on top of our cucumbers. So this recipe calls for 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to do 2 in each jar. So since I'm layering this, I'll just put a little bit in now. Drop in a couple more slices. Do a little more dill. And a little more garlic. and a couple more cucumbers. I think that's about it, because then I'll have room to drop a couple more on top. I'm just checking this because once it comes to a boil, I don't want it to boil for too long. Alright, so we got that one in. I think we got as much in there as we're going to get. So we're going to go ahead and try to stuff some of this dill down in here. I always love the way dill pickles look that have the fresh dill in there. I probably can get away with laying, let's get this garlic in here. I can probably get away with laying this last couple of slices on top of the spears, which I do have a nice amount of spears left. I could just cut them small, or I could just, you know, squeeze some lemon and a little tahini on them and have them as a late night snack, a healthy late night snack at that. So, see, that would be good. All right, let's get up some more garlic chopped up. All right, let's get some more garlic. Why can't I get the garlic peeled, guys? Okay. All right. Now, I love garlic, so this called for 4 cloves. I really want to put more than that in here, but I'm going to try to stick pretty much to the recipe. That's why I didn't use the onion. I had looked at some recipes that put onion in the jars during the pickling process, but this particular one didn't, so I'm not going to do it. I'll try it next time around. Alright, so let's get this garlic pushed down in there. I just love the way this looks because of the dill. It's so pretty. Alright, so I am going to stick these last 2 little slices in there, and then I'll keep my spears. Alright, so this is coming up to a boil. We're going to put it on low. Let it simmer for 15 minutes and I'll be back. Alright guys, so I am back. It's been 15 minutes that I let the brine simmer, and then I gave it a little time to cool because you don't want to put that hot liquid into the jars with your cold produce, which is actually the produce with more room temperature, but still you don't want to put that boiling water and straight into the jar. So you got to let it cool a little bit. So I've done that. I have my canning funnel here that I'm going to use to help get this liquid into these jars. So I added a little more dill and garlic to the very, very top of the jars. So because these aren't going into storage, they're just going in the refrigerator. I didn't really have to stress so much as far as leaving the space at the top of the jars. So let's get our brine. Oh, you know what I gotta do? The big important step of my pickles is to add the pickling spice. I had forgot to do that. So I got this at Winco in their bulk section. I was in there and saw pickling spice and got all excited because I knew I wanted to do this project. So this recipe calls for 2 tablespoons, so that's 1 each in the jars. Alright, so we got our pickling spice in. It's kind of spicy. Get you all in the nose and stuff. Alright, so we got that. Now, let's just kind of push that down a little bit. Like, I don't know if it's the pickling spice or standing over this vinegar mixture, but something got me all in the throat. Alright, so we're going to get our canning funnel on the top of the jar. I don't have a ladle, so I'm just going to use a large spoon to do this. I don't want to pour because this liquid is hot. So I will just use my spoon and get this in here till it gets to the top of the jar. Alright, that's it for that one. Let's just press him down a little. Make sure that the pickling spice is all underwater. Actually, what I'm going to do is put a little more in here so I can get it all the way to the top. Probably can do it without the funnel. Alright. So there it is. Oh, it's not that hot. That cooled off pretty quick actually. Okay. So I'm gonna get my lid on. And again, these are just overnight pickles. We're not canning them. We're not preserving them. Look at that. I told you I love the way that dill looks in there. It's so pretty. So we got the brine in that one. It's got a little peppercorn. Get that in there. A coriander seed. Let's get some brine in this one. I'm going to have some brine left over. Oh, okay. Okay, so this one, is it in there? I think this one, hold on. Let me get a knife. I think those sliced pickles on the top are keeping my brine from going all the way down. Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's my first time, okay? Look, I'm learning. Alright, there we go. That's better. So that brine is working its way down. Okay. So yeah, I still got enough brine here. I mean, this recipe said that it was for 2 pints. So I guess technically it could be for, I'm going to say more like 3 pints. I might have to go find me another jar. Alright. So I'm trying to make sure that the pickling spice is in the liquid. So I'm going to add a little more liquid to this one. Alright, so, oh, it smells really good already. But just these spices and this garlic, it smells really good. Uh-oh. Let's put that slice on top to push. Okay, that was good. I put that slice on top and push that. It helps hold that pickling spice down in the liquid. Alright, so let's get this lid on. Make sure we get the dill inside. Again, they don't have to be super sealed, or make sure nothing is along the edges because we're not preserving them. Alright, so there we go. We got our 2 jars. Let me grab a towel. Alright, so here we have our spears. Looking all pretty with our dill in there. And then here, these just look really pretty to me. We have our slices, and you can see the dill and the garlic and everything in there. Oh, I think these are going to be really good, guys. Alright, so there we have it. This is our first attempt at making pickles. We got our jars. So now we're going to put these in the refrigerator 24 hours at least. And we should be able to take them out and try them. I'll have to, let me see, what do I make? Maybe I'll have like hamburgers or sandwiches or something for lunch, because it's what is it, Friday night now, so tomorrow night, 24 hours, Saturday night, probably be too late to eat. So probably Sunday lunch, I'll do a burger or a sandwich or something and come back and we'll get these open and try them and see how they come out. So I will definitely let you guys know what they do. See you then. Alright guys, so I am back. This is technically day 3, because the pickles should have been done 24 hours was last night, but I didn't want to pickle last night at 10 o'clock. So it is now Sunday afternoon. I got my pickles. I made me a Cajun turkey sandwich with some banana peppers and some lightly salted Lay's and something to drink. So I'm gonna go in with the pickles first because I don't want to put anything else on my palate and then, you know, have the pickle taste funny because of it. So these are the slices. Okay, all that pickling spice is in there. All right, so let's see. Okay, I like them. Okay, let me get a fork. Hold on. Okay, that's the ice falling in the ice maker. Ignore it. Okay. Okay, I like them. It is something in the pickling spice that I can't pinpoint. I don't know what it is, but I do like them. So let's see. Let's try another one. I think it might be the coriander seed. Okay, these are good. Of course, the longer they sit in the brine, the more pickledy they'll be. The garlic is definitely coming through, and I really like that. I would definitely make these again. I used the pickling spice this time from the store. I bought it in the bulk section at Winco. So I think next time I make them, I might try to make them myself and either make my own pickling spice or just do a select set of spices like the peppercorns and the dill, and maybe just keep it simple with salt and pepper and some garlic. But I like them, and I like the freshness as opposed to, you know, jar pickles that have been sitting for who knows how long. I like that they're still really fresh and they still have a really good bite to them. So, all right, I will make them again. These 3 jars will definitely get eaten. Okay, this will go. I'm about to get into the sandwich, y'all. Thank you for watching. Definitely check back because I'm gonna do pickles again. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye.